What is going on, everyone? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, here with another Alone Time video, the series where I answer your questions in videos so you can get to know me better as a person. And before I get into the discussion for this Alone Time, I do want to explain what Alone Time is about, because while I have done 2 videos in the past 2 weeks that were titled Alone Time, they weren't really what Alone Time was meant to be about, and I haven't done a proper Alone Time video for about 4 months. And they started off as a way for all of you as my subscribers and viewers to simply get to know me better. All of you would be able to ask questions of me, and I would pick one of those questions and answer them in a video. I would show your username, I would show the question that you asked, shout you out, and then I would answer it. But as you could probably guess, because I was so fucking preoccupied with views at the time, I stopped doing the series because these videos weren't getting as many views as I thought were needed for a channel of my size. But of course, recently, I've decided to adopt a fuck it attitude. I seriously don't give a shit anymore about views, and I've actually stuck with doing Let's Plays for 3 weeks now, maybe even a month, so why not? Why not bring these videos back? And it's not just because I don't care about views anymore. It's also because Alone Time now really fits with the direction of my channel. Because I'm doing Let's Plays, I'm now building my channel around me, the Lone Vault Wanderer. I'm not building a channel that's so dependent on a particular game like Fallout 4. I'm building a channel that's very personality driven. When you watch my Let's Plays, you don't necessarily watch to know about what happens in Fallout 3 or Assassin's Creed 1. You're watching because you want to see me play that game. When you watch Alone Time videos, you're watching because you want to get to know me better. But in the past, when I did Fallout 4 news videos, people were just watching to know about Fallout 4 news, and they liked my particular take on it. But now, my YouTube channel is more personality based than ever before. So Alone Time is a really good fit, because you get to know me as a person, as opposed to just some random dude on the internet making gaming videos. So that's why they're coming back. So yes, I have dragged a question that was posed 4 months ago by someone that still follows me to this day. I know he does. So I will be answering that, and you already know what it is, judging by the title of this video. But I do want to say, second of all, thank you so much for those of you that are still supporting me to this day and watching the Let's Plays, because they're actually doing okay. Yes, they're not getting the crazy amount of views that I used to get on news videos for Fallout 4 in particular, but they're doing okay. They're getting a lot of comments. Even though the views aren't high, there's still a very hardcore supportive group of people that are watching each of one of those Let's Plays and that'll leave comments. And also there are people watching my streams and being very supportive. I cannot thank those of you enough that are still watching me to this day, even though content on my channel has changed vastly. Even though the views on each of my videos are low, there is still a hardcore contingent of you out there that are supporting me, and it is you guys and girls that I am most appreciative of. It is for you subscribers that I created the LGC, or Lone Gaming Community, group on Steam. I want to reward you. I want you guys to know that you are truly appreciated, and I have not simply looked over the level of support that you've given me over the past couple of weeks. So thank you, really, truly, honestly, thank you so much for still supporting me to this day. We're never going to be the next PewDiePie, we're never going to be the next popular YouTuber, and we'll probably never do this full time. But to be honest, I don't care. So long as there are some of you out there that like what I do, I'm going to keep doing it. So again, thank you. So again, the question we are going to be answering today was posed 4 months ago by HD Modern Gamer. I promised him I would get to this question, and of course many other people have asked this question of me, so I'm going to be finally answering it in this video. If you do want your question to be answered in the next Alone Time video, ask them in the comments below and I'll pick one of them, highlight your username, highlight your YouTube channel, and also put the question on screen so everyone can see that you asked it. And HD Modern Gamer asks, 4 months ago again, I'm getting back to you, mate, I promised. Now my question, at what subscriber count would you be comfortable doing a face reveal? Or is it even an option? And of course, this leads to the major question of, Lone, why don't you face reveal? Why do you not show your face on YouTube? And I'll be honest, for a while, I didn't answer it because I didn't want to draw attention to it. Once you draw attention to it, people start asking more questions and it gets really murky. But now, because there is a smaller subscriber base and a smaller viewer base, I feel like we have a closer connection, and I want to let you know why I don't show my face on YouTube. So let's go back to the time I created my YouTube channel. I was in my second last year of university. I was studying a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Finance. And when I first started my YouTube channel, I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't know whether I was going to be popular, I didn't know whether my channel was going to grow, and I didn't know if my channel was going to flop or not. So because of that unknown, because of that likelihood at that stage that my channel would probably flop and die, be an absolute abysmal disaster, I didn't want to show my face. I didn't want to have my face and my name out there, because just in case things did go south and shit hit the fan, I wanted to have the option of closing my channel and having no repercussions in my real life, not have people know that I failed on YouTube. And that was actually the very first reason why I didn't show my face on YouTube. It wasn't because of privacy, it wasn't because of anything like that, although that's an underlying theme that I will bring up in this video. But that was the very first reason. I didn't want the risk of failing on YouTube to come back to my real life. That was simply the reason there. But as I mentioned, I was in my second last year of university, and over the first year of my YouTube channel, we were growing, not too fast of course, we've never grown fast on this channel, but we were getting up there, we were doing just fine, especially with the Fly 4 rumor mill chugging along. But I was getting towards the time where I started to have to apply for jobs, because if you don't know, when you're in your second last or last year of university, it's probably the case in the United States, I'm going to assume it's the case everywhere to be honest, but particularly in Australia, you typically apply for graduate jobs about a year to 2 years out from the time that you will graduate. So when I hit my last year of university, I was really looking towards applying for a job. I wanted to get a graduate job. I didn't want to be out of university without any money coming through. I wanted to secure employment, and there was nothing else that I wanted to do more at that stage. And when you go through that process, you have a lot of people telling you, be careful what you post on social media, because recruiters will search your name, they will Google your real name, and they will look at your social media. They will look at what you're doing online to ensure that you're a good fit for the company. So something clicked for me. I thought, holy shit, if I show my face and use my real name on YouTube, you know how YouTube analytics work. Eventually, you'd be able to Google my real name and my channel would pop up. I didn't know what potential employers would think. I didn't know what people that would be interviewing me and potentially offering me a job, I didn't know what they would think of me being on the internet making videos about gaming. And it's not that I'm ashamed or embarrassed about what I do online. It's completely the opposite. I'm not a dickhead online. I don't insult people or anything like that. I like to think I'm a pretty nice guy online. And if everything was leaked and people were to know that I was a Lone Vault Wanderer, I would honestly, in the end, probably be okay with it because I'm not acting like an asshole. I don't think it would be a slight on my reputation. But at the time, I was really fearful because I didn't know if any employers wanted to take that risk and hire me, knowing that I had this life online, knowing that I made YouTube videos on games. Would they have wanted me? Would they have hired me if they had known that? Would they have hired me knowing that I'd be working for them, representing their company, if I had made gaming videos on YouTube? I didn't know, and I was so fearful for that. Maybe in the end it would have been okay. Maybe most employers would have said, you know what, that's fine, that's your hobby, you do what you want to do. But I was so scared at the time that employers would turn me away and not offer me a job because of my YouTube personality and because of what I did on YouTube. I was so scared of that, genuinely, that I refused to face reveal. I did not want potential employers and companies knowing what I did online, because if that had affected my ability to get a job, I would have hated myself, absolutely hated myself, because I spent 5 years studying at university and I didn't want to throw that away for something that at the time was simply just a hobby and, to be honest, is never going to be a full-time career option for me. I'm just never going to be that big YouTube channel that's really bringing in an equivalent to a full-time income. It's never going to happen. And even if it did happen, it's very, very risky because YouTube is very variable, especially with all the changes that happen all the time. So I wasn't willing to take that risk. I didn't want to throw away what I had studied and worked for so many years just because I wanted to do YouTube. And the solution to me was, well, just don't face reveal. If you don't face reveal and if you don't use your real name, people can't find out who you are. Employers can't Google your name and look at your social media and find Lone Vault Wanderer. They won't be able to do that. So that was a very safe option for me to employ at the time. So that was the second reason. I was fearful, absolutely fearful, and I would sometimes go to bed shaking about this, that if potential employers found out about what I did online with YouTube, that they would not hire me, and I couldn't have that. So eventually I applied for a bunch of jobs and I actually got a job. I got a job working I'll say with the government. I'm not going to go into more detail than that. So at that stage, I was working in a role with the government that for very similar reasons, there was no way I could face reveal. There was no way that I could hold the position in the government and also do YouTube and play games and act like an idiot on streams and all that stuff. I couldn't do that. It would not have worked with the position that I was in. I was working with the government. I was meant to be a professional. I just couldn't mix those two lives. It would not have been beneficial for my career. And I didn't really know what I wanted to do in my career at that stage. It could have very well been with the government for the future. And I didn't want to do anything to undermine that. So could I have held a position there if I also made gaming videos on YouTube? I don't know, I thought I couldn't, and maybe I overreacted, but the fear was so intense for me. Because once the Lone Vault Wanderer connection was made to my real name and to my face and my actual identity, there's no one doing that. It's fucking on the internet. That's it. Like, it's endgame. Once you decide to make that connection to your online persona, like with YouTube, that is something you live with forever. It's on the internet. You can't fucking change that. So I couldn't take that risk. Again, I wanted to keep my job. I wanted to be professional. I wanted to ensure that there was no slight against my reputation in any way, whether I was overreacting or not. That was my fear. So I kept keeping my face secret. I kept not face revealing, if you will, and going by my online name, Lone Vault Wanderer. And yes, of course, a fourth reason why I've never face revealed or shown my face is because of privacy. You know how the internet is, especially when you have a bit of a following and some subscribers online. You don't know what people are going to find on the internet. You don't know the dangers that might bring to your personal life. So I didn't want to do it for privacy reasons, of course. Privacy was always underlying the reasons why I never face revealed. But those ones that I talked about in this video were definitely the main ones and most at the forefront of my mind. Privacy was a reason, but it wasn't the predominant reason, to be honest. Because people do it all the time, and typically privacy is not that much of an issue. It happens with swatting, etc., but it wasn't my focus, to be honest. So then the question becomes now, will you ever face reveal alone? Will you ever actually show your face to us and potentially use your real name? And my honest, truthful answer is, I wish I could. I wish, truthfully, honestly, I wish I could just bring my online persona with my real life world and say, fuck it, this is me, accept me for who I am. Because at the end of the day, I'm not embarrassed about what I do online. I'm really not. I think I have a great YouTube channel and I've had so many successes, whether it's growing my channel to almost 50,000 subscribers, whether it's being able to work with a bunch of awesome YouTubers, whether it's being able to work with Bethesda personally and to start to get access to review codes for games, whether it's talking to awesome people like Brian from Fallout 4 and Courtney and Cal and all these great people that I've met. There are so many opportunities that YouTube has brought me and it's had such a positive impact on my life. It just sucks that I can't embrace that to its fullest extent. It just sucks that people in my personal life, aside from my girlfriend, don't know what I've achieved online, don't know what I do, because I think most people would be proud of me. And I'm proud of myself for what I've achieved online, even though my channel is dying. I got to the stage where I created this awesome channel, created this awesome community of people that still support me to this day. And it sucks that I can't just be me. It sucks that I have to keep this dual personality online, this alternate life, if you will. Because it means I have to be so fucking careful. Every picture that I take that gets uploaded to Twitter or whatever, I have to ensure that there's no reflections because people zoom in and analyze the shit out of that. I have to make sure that when I screenshot messages to my girlfriend or whatever, that it doesn't include her name or my personal name. I have to be so careful in every fucking thing that I do that at times it's draining, it's fucking exhausting. And I just want to fucking scream and say I've had enough. I want to be me. And I can't. And it's fucking awful at times. It really is. And this was especially at the time when my channel was at its peak and getting a lot of views. I wanted so badly to say, fuck it. This is me. This is who I am. But I can't. And especially with the job that I have now, which is not with the government, it's different. And I wish that with this job, I could give you the reasons why I can't face reveal and tell you who I am, but I can't. I honestly can't. That is off limits for the time being. I wish it wasn't. I wish it wasn't the case. I simply wish that I could face reveal, people would know who I am, and everything would be okay. Everyone would be fine with it. It'd have no impact on my personal life. It had no impact on my career or my ability to get a job. I wish it was that simple, But it's not, and it sucks. It really does suck, but there's nothing I can do about it at this stage. Will it always be the case? Will I always have to conceal my identity? Perhaps not. I'd like to think that eventually one day I'd be able to show my face and embrace who I am personally, but I can't give a definitive answer as to when that would happen or even if that could happen at all. So there you go, finally the reason why I don't face reveal. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.